Brambro here with some Grand Tactician Civil War CSA campaign in the 1.06 beta. Right, I don't have too much to talk about before getting into this. One thing, though, I thought we'd take a look at is hospitals. We haven't really looked a whole lot at those in the course of the campaign, so let's just have a look and see what's going on with those. Okay, so we've got some hospitals here. We've got one here at Louisville and one up here at Cincinnati, which we captured the Cincinnati one. Haha, the Union built that one for us. And so let's look at some of these units nearby. Hills Corps. And when they're within the effective range of a hospital, they get actually a little bit of a morale buff too. I didn't know that. This unit is close to a hospital. Wounded soldiers recover fast. Mortality rate is lower. So where do we see the numbers on that? Turns out it's up here in the disabled guys tooltip. And we get this line here. Nearby hospitals reduce mortality of wounded by 78% and increase the chance of recovery by 39%. Now, I don't know exactly how that formula works and the workings of, kind of in the innards of the game, but that sounds pretty good. Ewell's Corps down here is actually getting, he's got the same thing, and he's getting the full, it looks like the full amount is 80 and 40% for mortality and recovery. And then Hill's just a little bit further away from his hospital up there, but it didn't drop off very much. And to get an idea of how far out that the range can extend, over here in Virginia, where's our hospital? So our hospital is down here near Fredericksburg. Let me turn the heat map on. And we've got a pretty deep effect in here because there is another hospital down here at Richmond. And so I think that, and neither of these are upgraded, they're tier 1s. I think the effect of these hospitals is doubling up in here. Because if we look at, say, Longstreet's Corps, he's getting mortality reduced by 200% and increased chance of recovery 100%. So that's not coming from a tier upgrade. I think it can only be because he's within range of 2 hospitals. And oh, by the way, he's a fair distance from that Richmond one. And then if we look at this kind of heat blob here, and we look at the distance from this hospital, this Fort Garrison is right on the edge, but he's still getting that effect. He's in range 2, and he's getting 78% and increased recovery by 39%. So he's getting a slightly smaller effect, but not by very much. So I thought that was all interesting about hospitals. Didn't know about the morale. Oh, let's see what the morale buff is, though. It's not very much. So right now, Jackson's Corps is getting 3.8% from telegraph, 9.6% from being within range of Lee's HQ, and 1.5% from the medical treatment. So it's not that much, but it's something from the hospitals. And oh, by the way, that 9.6% buff from being close to the Army HQ, that is one of the reasons why I find it worthwhile to create full Army HQs for forces that even only have 1 corps. it's not totally redundant because there's other buffs that come with that. This morale recovery is one of them, and the other reason why I like to put the cores, independent cores, under an Army HQ, even if it's just a one-core Army, is, the Army HQ gets perk slots as well. So, let's say that the Army of Northern Virginia was only one core, Jackson's core. So Jackson could unlock 3 perks, and Lee could unlock 3 perks, and therefore Jackson's core is operating with the benefit of up to 6 perks. That's the other reason why I think that the Army Corps structure is worth pursuing, even for one-core armies. Speaking of which, I had remarked an episode or two ago that with Military 2 policy, which used to be the way to obtain the Army Corps structure in older versions of the game, that one could still do that, but that was not intended. That now in 1.06 there's supposed to be, well, not supposed to be, there is a project which must be unlocked in order to get those benefits. But that the game hadn't quite made that transition, and I could still do it earlier in this campaign, but it was fixed with the most recent update, and I can no longer create Army HQs. Not until I get organization reform unlocked. And that project is quite expensive. However, and so because of that, I was just like, okay, well, this is just going to have to be an independent core on its own then. What I had forgotten is that I have another Army HQ. Here at Nashville, just this recruiting command, there was Bragg and and then I had Samuel Cooper above him. So what I've done is I did a little bit of Army reorganization off camera. And so Bragg is back independent by himself, and Samuel Cooper, no, he's here, he's in here somewhere. Samuel Cooper is now the commander of the Army of Kentucky, and underneath him is one corps, Joe Johnston's corps. I had enough troops here in the Nashville area that I could actually go ahead and make another corps. And the other thing I did with that is the 2 engineering corps, one of which is over here, the other one's up here in Kentucky. Both of their infantry brigades had grown to almost full size, like 2,700 men. So what I did was I also transferred those to Johnston's new corps, and then recruited 2 small 1,500-man brigades to replace those and continue whatever engineering jobs come up for these 2 little corps. So as a result, Johnston's pretty much got a full-size corps. 7 infantry brigades in the 3 divisions. Y'all have seen how I organize my corps. And Johnston has that too. The only thing I didn't have for him was he just has 1 cav brigade, not 2. And even if I had been able to get him another cav brigade, I don't really have... I've armed all the cavalry well, but that used up all the carbines. I didn't have any more carbines. So I think his 1 cav brigade that he does have has got Springfield musketoons. Anyway, so this army here just needs for a couple of brigades to come from the engineering forces. It'll take a few days, and then these guys will be ready to head on over here and capture Cairo. And I made this corps basically in recognition of the fact that I think Ewell's corps is just going to stay operating in this area up here. And so I just went ahead and put him underneath Johnston, Albert Sidney Johnston. So the Army of Tennessee is back up to 2 corps, except now it is Hills and Ewells in the Covington, Louisville area. And then Hardee's Corps, which is probably the most combat experienced corps in the entire Confederate military at this point. They're going to stay over here with Beauregard's Army of Western Virginia. More or less permanently. So what else is going on? So Patterson's on the move here. He's on the rail. Not quite sure where he's going, but it looks pretty likely that he is going to be headed to Winchester. Perhaps. We'll see what happens when he gets to Harper's Ferry. If he continues on to Winchester, or he may just head on over here toward Cumberland and Grafton. We'll see. One thing I did notice that is very strange when I was looking at the hospitals off camera is, for some reason, Lee's army has taken a significant number of casualties. Not sick attrition, wounded casualties. Look at Longstreet's corps here. He has 4,200 men disabled, of which 3,600 are wounded. Jackson's got 2,600 disabled, of which almost 2,000 are wounded. I haven't the foggiest idea why. These two forces, the 1st and 2nd Corps, which used to be the Confederate Army of the Potomac and Shenandoah Army, these two forces have not fought a battle since the summer of 1861. Almost a year ago. So I don't know where these casualties came from. And this has happened since without advancing time. Earlier today, when I reorganized those armies, I logged into the game. And I had 213,000 men in uniform. Now I've got 198. And then I look at these armies, and I'm seeing these completely unexplained casualties. And oh, by the way, the Union dropped as well. The Union was at 230,000, and they've dropped about 5,000 to 225 without time advancing. So something weird happened. Maybe when time rolls, they'll pop back up, but something strange happened there, and I don't know how to explain it. Just a little bit about subsidies. I've mentioned a couple of times that wasn't really interested in these projects. I think I've gotten about everything that I'm really going to want to get from admin reform and railroad construction. And these two up here are just so darn expensive, I'm not sure it's really worth waiting for them. So it occurred to me, and I've made similar comments about, I'm not really pursuing anything in the Diplo side. So it occurred to me, well, why am I pouring money into those subsidies in the first place? Then, if I'm not really pursuing any of those things. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop them. Here's 5 million here I can save. Zoop. And I can't zero politics because just like prior to 1.06, we still need political subsidies for policies. But I can drop it down to whatever's needed for +2 policies. Okay, so we saved 6 million here and 5 million here. So that'll help our bottom line a little bit, right? This subsidy number will drop from -140 to -129. And that'll maybe slightly I mean, it's pretty small in the big scheme of things. This Army upkeep number is just colossal. But I'm going to keep going on the other ones. I want the economy for the market reforms. I want the agriculture for additional farms and plantations. And I definitely want industry to pursue the industry. This is going into factories. And the military, pretty much at this point, I think I've got roughly about the size of military I need. I'm not going to expand it hugely beyond what it is now. I think we're okay on where we're at with weapons. I'm not, and I'm not going to pursue. I don't think I'm going to pursue ships. So this military subsidy, yeah, I'm keeping that because this is going into the logistics reforms, which should decrease our Army upkeep and try to reduce this number. Okay, because we are starting to slowly drop on the credit rating. So if we can reduce some of these expenses even by a little bit, that should help. And that's also why I'm pursuing the Tariff Act in order to try to bump up this tariff revenue. And then the final note related to 1.06 is, multiple times in the campaign, including recently, had talked about, hey, no prisoners are going into our camps. And so it seems that was a bug. It is a bug. But it's been acknowledged by the devs, and I saw a Steam dev post today saying, yeah, we got it. That's going to be corrected in the next update. So, that is a bug, and it's being fixed. All right. So we got to keep an eye on what Patterson's doing here. I want to keep an eye on this fleet, which is not blockading at the moment. But he's not going anywhere either. I may have to bring this fleet back out to pop him, make him go away. But the main thing is, I want to get this Army of Potomac away from Grafton. And I've been, I keep talking about how we need to take Grafton back, blah, 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 blah. And I haven't done it. And we need to, because the ownership of these two cities is what's driving Virginia's support down, which is down at 73%. So it's time to take Grafton and Wheeling back, if we can. And so the first step is here, Beauregard's going to pitch right into the Army of the Potomac, whoever may be commanding that. And then the other thing to do is, in a few days, once Cooper gets his men here, his brigades, send him over here to capture Cairo. Okay. So let's get Beauregard moving. And I did that one brigade's worth of Hall rifles. I did replace them. I think there's a brigade in Garnett's Corps that has the Halls. So let's just get these corps moving. If I can actually click on Garnett. There we go. By the way, the other day when I was talking about the rail movement, and I said, that little icon comes up with the little arrow, and you have to click on it within time, that this little menu doesn't automatically pop up. So that can be modified in settings. I didn't realize that. In settings, or options rather, you scroll down here to, here it is, movement panel delay. So you can modify how long that little icon is with this slider, and apparently I had it down pretty short, whatever the default was. Or you can just turn it off completely with this little checkmark box. So I did that. So that makes it a little bit easier. And the other thing I did was I went ahead and I normally run with the chapter videos deactivated. But I went ahead and I activated them, because those chapter videos, when the next one pops up, that's when we know that we're into chapter 3, and there will then be some more policies available that right now are not. I mean, when it does pop up, I'll probably just exit out of it, but that's why I activated it. And let's not forget the Army Commander himself. Come join the party, Beauregard. Yeah, see, when you have them turned off, that little menu thing does just automatically pop up. So, let's go. Time rolling. Also, the few little extra scouting squadrons, they had reached green readiness, so I've got more little gunboats coming up to this part of the river. Should be some moving down here. Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, look at that! West Virginia militia was trying to cross the... Okay, so the Union has gone with the USCT. That's going to significantly increase its manpower. Hold on a minute. Come back over here. Nope, stop what you're doing. Come harass this, yeah, no, don't go there, come here. You guys come harass this West Virginia militia trying to use my river. Well, now it's not doing anything. I wonder if that's because these guys are in retreat mode now. I saw a unit routed message. Kind of curious what's going on here. So that's why I'm kind of watching this closely. Yeah, I don't know if these guys are retreating. And maybe that's why the gunboat isn't firing on them. Well, I don't care if they're retreating or not. They're on my river. I didn't say they could use it. Yeah, they are retreating because if they were not, that telegraph station would be Union controlled. They're not exerting zone of control for ownership, and so this IIP and this telegraph station are Confederate, despite the Union Army being right on them. So he's retreating somewhere. And I think that happened because this gunboat shot at him. One gunboat. I mean, nothing else could have done it. So that's cool. And for some reason, I have a battle icon displaying here, despite the fact that I have battle monuments turned off. What's up with that? And I don't... It doesn't look like Hill is drawing supply from this depot. Yeah, he is. It just... So now I have to actually hover over this connected depot button to show the supply flow. Oh, that's a terrible change. I don't like that at all. Is that true for everybody? Oh, these guys are out of range now. Well, let's go see what Patterson's doing. Patterson has disappeared. So he wasn't going to Winchester, I guess. He came over here somewhere. Just noticing now there's a new Army of Washington. Just now recruited. 0 troops here at the moment, 9,000 coming. Did this fleet move? It did not. Alright, come back over here. Attack! Who's this? Sims. Raphael Sims. Let's go finish. Go finish that fleet. Yeah, these ships are all messed up. And which could be a reason why they weren't moving. I was thinking earlier maybe because they're all actually in port. It could also be because their readiness was so low they couldn't move. Is that it? Nope. Looks like some of these ships were still low on ammo from the earlier battle. Maybe I should have let them sit in port a little bit longer. Aha! 5 enemy ships captured. Wahaha! And they're still there. No, I don't want the... I've turned the battle monuments off, but they're still showing up. Something's a little glitchy there. 6 ships remaining, 2 ships disabled. Alright, come back down here. Let's get ammo restocked. And we just picked up some steamers. Some double enders, though. We use those. Put all these in the pool. Oh, and apparently it kind of renames them for you. Used to be the captured ships would say USS, and it looks like they already changed them to CSS now. I like that change. It's very small, but it used to bug me to have to go back in and change all the U's to C's or vice versa. Okay, I'm kind of like chasing each shiny object that comes in front of my comes into view. It is possible that Patterson has come back here and is not in range, and this may be a bigger battle than we thought. Okay, let's go ahead. Nope. Not reinforced. So we've got about 42,000. Who is this? This is Speed Fry. So Speeds got about 24,000 men. Big proportion of cavalry. I feel like the AI is using a bigger proportion of cavalry than they used to. I think I've mentioned that before as well. Okay, I'm going to hop in, have a look at the map, do some deployment, look at the objectives, all that sort of thing, and I will be back. Okay, so here's the map. Pretty woodsy. I don't quite know the name of this one. It's the Battle of Clarksburg, but I'm not 100% sure I've seen this map before. I'm sure I must have. In any case, it is a meeting situation, but it gave us a pretty big deployment zone, and it gave us Confederate control of the one objective way back here. Several entry points in the south. Both of our corps were on the field at the beginning, and the Federal entry point is way up here. Looking at the roads, coming right down this, coming down this way and then along this road seems very obvious, but I've got cavalry posted up ahead just to confirm that. There are no roads cutting across all this terrible looking terrain over here. I don't even see any of those little foot tracks in that area. But I've got cavalry posted just in case he does something a little weird, like comes further down around this way. As far as the actual position, chose to kind of defend at this bridge and this ford over here. Garnett's corps is in this position here to contest those areas. Hardy's corps is a little bit spread out. I put one division over here just in case they come to take this route. And then another division back here at this intersection that can react kind of wherever we need to, just in case. And then Pillow's division is here to support Garnett if necessary. Kind of doubt it. But he's in, So we've got some uncommitted brigades back here that we can flex with. And I did take Hardy's artillery and I put them up on this hill. In between these 3 battalions and these 3 battalions up front. These may be a little close, to be honest. We've got all kinds of artillery coverage on this bridge. And I think, just in case they decide to mass here at this ford, I believe that these artillery could just rotate, maybe change position a little bit, and fire in that direction. So that's where we're kind of at. So we're pretty much in place, but the Union has a little bit of marching to do. Plus, we need to do some cavalry scouting. So I'll be back. Well, it didn't take very long to spot them. Cavalry started moving along this road up toward this. I expect them to march down the road and then down this way. Nope, they struck out right across country, and they are tromping through all these woods and hills over here. That's going to take them a long time, but looks like they're trying to flank this position, and this is the furthest upstream crossing. There are no fords or bridges up through here. So I've already ordered Hardee's Corps to vacate their positions over here, and all three of those divisions are making their way to along in here on Garnett's left flank. It's going to take them a little while to do, but I'm pretty sure they're going to get there well before the Yankees do. Okay, more to follow. Right, so it soon became very clear that, yeah, Cav had spotted these guys, and what he saw was the tail end of the Yankee army. Because previously unspotted brigades are crossing the ford right now. And at the moment, there's not really anybody in position except for Polk's artillery. We've got Pillow's division that had started moving just in time, and they're almost there. And then Garnett's flank division here is rotating at the moment, and they're going to move on up in here as well. But we've got kind of an emerging confrontation occurring here. Meanwhile, the rest of Hardee's guys are on their way. Okay. I think these battalions may need to move up just a little bit. They're slightly behind the military crest over here. Oh, what are you guys doing? No. Halt. 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 Faster. Garnet. Where is Garnet? It's here. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's get Colquitt's guys. Just go ahead and limber up. Let's come back over here for now. Is he getting charged? No. Clark's engaged now. Whoa, what the hell are these guys doing? I did not tell these guys to come here. Maybe I did. Maybe not intentionally, but I think I might have had these guys selected when I was trying to order another brigade. Here, just let's come on back over here. Yeah, just retreat. Hope he doesn't break. Pull those scouts in. I don't know if these guys are going to make it. I think Randall's Cav Brigade is probably going to break. Totally did not intend for him to be there. Apparently firing back through their horses. Okay. Let's see if we can manage to get them to fall back to here. What? I'm kind of confused on what was going on with the cavalry there. Those are scouts sitting over there, apparently. It's almost like they're using their horses for cover. I don't know. It's weird. As long as they don't break. And it looks like they're not wavering anymore. So their morale is not dropping. It's still at stable. I don't know. What? Some weird pathing going on there. That's not what I intended either. Goodness gracious, I'm messing this all up. Well, now I kind of want him to advance. I think Donaldson's done for this battle. 426 casualties. Kind of took the brunt of that attack, such as it was. We've taken 764 casualty, the enemy 3,500. Yeah, go shoot at him. I got faith in you. And Clark can get some shots across the river here, I think, on that advancing Federal Brigade. Deliver some flanking fire. Maybe. I have no idea what these guys are doing over here. His commander is nowhere remotely close. He's trying to get over there. Terrain. Okay. Randall broke these guys. Go ahead and mount up. Ugh. Oh, shit. Here, just stop. Well, they're not in range. Okay, now that you are in long range, now go shoot at them. That's better. Okay, she's firing from across the river. I think. Yep. Move McBride's guys in. Well, some artillery's firing at them. I guess they do have shots back here. To this spot, anyway. Okay, that cav is done. Well, alright. So we lost about 800 men there. And Fry lost 6,000. A pretty messy battle, though. I mean, it was a flanking situation, so, you know, wasn't exactly set piece. And there were some weird movement things going on there. I may have ordered some of that cavalry mistakenly because I had them selected when I was trying to order another unit. Maybe have to go back and look in the video to tell. Anyway, minor Confederate victory, and that's all right. And there we go. They should be retreating away from Grafton. Not only Grafton, but those two supply depots over there, which hopefully have some artillery ammunition in them. Okay. 1,300 captured that we know are just paroled. 3,500 more small arms and 10 more artillery. Forgot to mention off camera, I noticed we had captured a few more 10-pound parrots. I forgot exactly where I put them, but somebody out there has got... there's another battalion that has 10-pound parrot rifles now. Okay. Let's just advance time a little bit. So what I'll do is I'm just going to leave the Beauregard HQ right here. And we'll move one corps up into Grafton. Yeah, sure, use the railroad if you can. I don't think you can. And we'll move Hardy's corps back over here toward Marietta. I guess he can use the railroad. Just so that they're not both drawing off the same supply depots. But they'll still be well within reinforcement range of each other. Okay, do we see Patterson anywhere? We do not. Here's Hill's 3rd Corps coming through here on his way to Winchester. Recapturing Grafton now, that's good. Okay, West Virginia Militia is pulled back up here to whatever this town is, Chillicothe, I think it's called. Chased away by our gunboats. Okay, let's start bringing... I'll leave one there. The other one, let's start bringing them up to somewhere up in this area. About here. I'm very pleasantly surprised with what we've seen from these little bitty gunboat fleets. I don't know exactly when they made that change, but clearly something has changed with river fleets and their effect on armies trying to use rivers. It actually looks almost like it should. Okay. How's this army looking? Okay, I think he's got all of his guys now. He does. Where's the actual corps there? Johnson. Full readiness, full supply. Okay. Okay, Grafton is captured. And Garnett is drawing from... apparently not this supply depot, but all the way down here from Beverly. Okay. No, he's getting... no, yeah, he's getting some from that supply depot as well. And Hardy is drawing. Yeah. Okay, so Beauregard's army's in fine shape. Army of the Potomac retreated to Cumberland. We have vision on that. We have vision on these two armies. We do not have vision on Patterson's Department of Pennsylvania. We've got this little fleet little gunboat, really. In position to see. Did he come over this way? Oh. Oh. What's going on here? Oh. We got 3 federal armies bearing down on Harvey Hill. 7,500, 11,000, so call that 19,000. Oh, that's about to get serious. And Ewell's Corps is in reinforcement range, but it's a long way. Well, there's over 50,000 troops here. Hill's got 23,000. Boy, Billy Yank ain't playing this time. But we're not going to give up. Temporarily, I think I'm willing to let Cincinnati go, but not Covington. If I try to bring him back through Cincinnati and back across the river, he's going to get caught with a battle here unsupported. Let's bring him back around this way. Let's get Ewell moving up this way. I'll leave the HQ where he is for now. That does leave Louisville uncovered for a bit, which goes and changes the plan for Cooper and Johnston. I was going to pop them over to Cairo. I think, man, the second time this has happened now where I've got a corps intended for Cairo and it winds up having to go up to Louisville instead. All right. Well, at least we have Grafton back. Good battle there. And that will do for this episode. If you like what we're doing with the channel and like the content, then leave a like. Leave a comment. Maybe even subscribe. But at any rate, thank you very, very much for watching. I appreciate it.